Let's make an olive oil cake. Basically, it's the simplest cake you'll ever make in your life. You don't even use a machine to make it. You need 2 bowls, a bigger bowl and a smaller bowl. Put your dry ingredients in the smaller bowl. The recipe is available below. When you buy baking soda, it only works for about 8 months. So what you should do is if you have baking soda in your baking area, if it's over 8 months old, get rid of it. It doesn't work. This is baking powder. And now I'm gonna go like this kind of and smooth it. And then I'm gonna use my baking soda, which I keep in a separate little container. Beautiful. Smooth it and then dump it in. What is the difference between baking powder and baking soda? There's a great book called On Food and Cooking, which will explain the whole chemical process to you. It's kind of fascinating if you've ever wondered, why does this recipe have baking soda or both or one? And it matters about the acid content and the fat content. It's kind of fascinating, but I can't explain it. Okay, those are your dry ingredients. I'm gonna hurry now because they're already reacting to the air. We're gonna do 1.3 cups of olive oil. So I'm gonna use this like this. We're gonna do 1.3 cups. It's a lot of olive oil. Don't be scared. There's no butter, obviously, because you're making an olive oil cake. 1 1/3 cups of olive oil, 1.25 cups of milk. This is a cake that people ask for. They say, oh, can you make the olive oil cake? So don't worry. Then we're gonna put in 3 large eggs, room temperature. Never ever cook with eggs out of the refrigerator. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Then you're gonna start to whisk that together. You don't have to make a big shmoo out of it. Then we're gonna continue on. So we have 1/4 cup of OJ, and then 1/4 cup of Grand Marnier. This is an orange liqueur. You can use essentially any fruity liquor. They just want you to have the slightly grown-up-y flavor to it. It's not necessary. In. So now we're gonna add some zest. And my advice to you about zest is as follows, fellows. Wash your lemons because the lemons are covered in wax, even if they're organic. So use warm water, it kind of melts the wax a little bit. Think about a cake. It's a 9-inch cake. How much lemon zest do you want? That's how much you put in. Whisk that. It looks weird, it's separated. What am I gonna do? Oh my God. I like to put a squirt of lemon juice in. It's not in the recipe, but I like to do that. It makes it look even weirder though. I'm gonna put the dry ingredients into the wet ingredients. Ready? Oh my God. Look at her butt, right. Look at that, olive oil cake. Don't mix it too much. That's to do with the baking soda, baking powder thing too, by the way. Okay, here's your prepared pan. It's 9 inches. I have buttered it. You can spray it with the spray stuff, but remember it has propellant in it. Spend the extra $1 and buy the packs of cut cake liners. It's ridiculous. They're the greatest thing in the world. This one is the wrong size. However, it still works. You're gonna put that in the bottom, like that. You're gonna pour the batter into the cake pan. Now this cake takes a long time to cook, longer than you think. Take your filled pan and just gently bang it. Now when you bang it, you'll see little bubbles popping. You're just getting the air bubbles out. When you take a slice of cake and there's a huge air bubble, that's weird. And then you're gonna take this and put it in the oven. It's gonna have a very nice time in the oven. Everything that you're gonna bake bakes at 350 degrees, unless you're doing puff pastry or something like that. So just preheat your oven if you're gonna bake to 350, and it should take about almost an hour. You'll see, it gets brown and crusty and crunchy on the outside. It's really delicious. But you just don't be afraid to let it really sit in there and get brown. I'm going to check to see if it's done by the old tried and true method of inserting a bamboo skewer and looking at it. It's hot, the skewer is hot, which is also a good thing to look for, and it's clean, came out clean. Right now it's way too hot to put it away, so we're just gonna leave it to cool. Once it's cool enough that it's really room temperature, you're gonna lightly wrap it in a little bit of tin foil or parchment paper and put it somewhere overnight. It doesn't have to go in the fridge. As adults, iced cake, a little rough after dinner, a little bit too much sugar. So what I like to do is you just take this little canister with a mesh top and you simply go like this on top of your cake. It makes the cake elegant. It's finished, which is nice. So invest in one of these. They're probably $4. Give me a break. Olive oil cake. No comment. Needs to be baked. Olive oil cake is cool.